Chapter 5, Deep Dive in Design Thinking. Design is what links creativity and innovation. It shapes ideas to become practical and attractive for the users or customers. Design may be described as creativity deployed to a specific end. Design thinking is a way of seeing the world and approaching constraints that are holistic, interdisciplinary, and inspiring. It challenges you to see the world differently, listen more carefully, and collaborate more productively. To a design thinking evangelist, everything is a prototype which can be done or made better. Everything is an unfinished product that can be finished, that can be iterated on, and that is something which can be made better, something which can be reinvented. And design began with the skills designers have acquired over the decades in their quest to match human needs. And design thinking takes the next step, which is to put these tools in the hands of people who may have never thought of themselves as designers and apply them in life. Traditionally, businesses was primarily focused on the viability part of it. Is my business viable? Or we used to think of the feasibility. Is it feasible? What about the technology? Now, design thinking brings in another interesting component, which is desirability. And that is why we also call this as a human-centric approach. One must be cognitive of the fact that design thinking is a perspective with a full focus on people, or so to say, a complete focus on human being. To fully harness, let me repeat this, to fully harness the benefits of design thinking and its tools, one must look at why not instead of why. And design thinking creates options. Design thinking or a design thinker will never say this is what it is. They will always give you an option wherein you diverge, you converge, again diverge, again converge, and it involves creating choices and then making choices out of those choices. Design thinking is developed through three critical stages, which is inspiration, ideation, and implementation. Now, when I say inspiration, it means which is what you identify as an opportunity. What inspires you to create that particular opportunity? Have you identified a gap? Or is there something which you want to do better? Or is there something which you want to create right from the scratch? That's your inspiration. In the ideation, what is it that you conceive could be a generic solution for what you are thinking of, or what could be the various ways in the need can be met? And then the implementation, in which you create the final product. And under the inspiration stage, we may have to understand the customer needs, which is primarily your empathy. You develop your POV, which is building your point of view. And design thinking cannot begin without a proper and a deeper understanding of the people you are designing for. And to gain these insights, it's crucial for design thinkers to reach out and empathize with the people they are designing for and to understand their needs, thoughts, emotions, and motivations. Empathy. The better we empathize with people, easier we can create value for them and the success for the organization. However, how do we do it? There are various ways or various methods in which you could do empathy. The most common one being interview, wherein we ask the customer what kind of service or what kind of product he or she is looking for. But mind you, if we are looking at interview as the tool to capture empathy, ensure that you create a team of 3 to do the interview. Why so? One of them will ask the questions, the second one will note down the answers, and third one will do the observations. You could also do something called as analogous inspiration. You can think of an idea, you can think of an absolutely diverse concept or a sector or an industry. From there, you can actually learn and replicate the same thing in your business or in your process. For example, you may always look at pit stop in the Formula 1 car racing to ensure that we are able to enhance our turnaround time. Now that itself is an analogous inspiration. You could also do body storming, wherein you actually live the day as if you were the user. For example, if you're designing something, let's say for the hotel wait staff, you can become a waiter for one day. You could also do observations, shadowing. You could just observe how the user is interacting or using the product or the service. You could also do expert interviews. You could also do the self-documentation piece. Mind you, when you're doing the empathy, you will introduce yourself, you will introduce the project, you will actually ask a lot of why questions. The more whys you will ask, more the user will speak. More the user will speak, better our understanding of the user would be.